I'm calling her out for not understanding what she did, and I'm also calling a lot of people out that normalize what I'm finna say. What's up, y'all? It's your girl B Octavia. I'm gonna try to talk over these dogs. It's a whole bunch of dogs in the neighborhood, and I'm gonna try to talk over it. Today is Call Them Out. I forget what episode, because I'm on a roll of calling people out, okay? Call Them Out is a series that I like to do when I feel compelled to talk my when I feel compelled to speak on something that I've recently seen or that has recently come to my attention. But before I go on to part 3, which was requested by y'all, and that will be next, before I go there, I gotta go here. I gotta make a little pit stop, okay? And we going to the suburbs of someplace, okay? I'm calling out a woman who has about 3 to 4 children, okay? And in this scenario, she is facing up to 10 years for, I think it's child endangerment. I will put the actual charge up here, but I'm calling her out for not understanding what she did, and I'm also calling a lot of people out that normalize what I'm finna say. So, this woman, she says that she urgently had to go to work. So, she left her 14-year-old child to tend to her younger siblings. Well, what can go wrong did go wrong. Nobody ended up hurt, but the 14-year-old girl had the virtual school. So she's doing her work, as she's told to watch out for her siblings, but how can you do both at the same time? Just like the mother claims she can't watch her kids and work at the same time, how can she do schoolwork and watch after them at the same time? But that's the foundation of the problem, okay? What's put on top of the foundation is the fact that while the 14-year-old girl was doing her schoolwork, one of the kids got out of the house and was outside playing, unsupervised for about 15 minutes until a neighbor came and called 911. So there we have it, the foundation and what was added on top. Well, it was some more added on top because the mother, along with a lot of people in today's society, don't see what's wrong with what the mother did. I am a mother myself of a toddler that I know gets into a lot of things and has hurt herself, whether it be a scraped knee or bumping into a wall. Toddlers are very clumsy. Their balance isn't all the way right, and they should be supervised most of the time. But would I put my older child, in the position to do that and she's unsupervised? I'm confused. Do you know how fast kids can get snatched? Why isn't anybody thinking about that? As a parent myself, and when my youngest turns to my oldest, I would never put my child in a position to parent them. It's one thing to look out for them while y'all outside playing, but for you to leave and go to work, and your work is more important than your child's schooling, then your kids are doomed. He could have turned the stove on. He could have got snatched. And thank God, none of those things happened. And I can go on and on with what I'm thinking as a parent, right? And it's baffling almost to know that it's a lot of people out here that don't see nothing wrong with you pushing your responsibilities on your oldest child. I'm sorry. I'm the type of person, and still, as a mother, I'm the type of person that says, why even have all those kids if you don't have something put in place to not burden your oldest child? It's not her fault that he got out, even though she might shame her daughter or might not. But it's not her fault that he got out. It's the mother's fault. You understand what I'm saying? CPS and child protective and all of those things, they don't care about the excuse that you make. And I don't either. I heard another story about a woman that left her kids in a motel and went down the street or however to work. You know what I'm saying? And people set up a GoFundMe and she was able to get a house from that. How is she rewarded for negligence? I'm sorry. Am I in the wrong time, day, and age? I truly, honestly don't care what the excuse is. I am a single mother. But within that, you can't hold no type of selfishness on what you need to do and excuse the negligence because it's a paycheck involved. Because, your job is on the line. They didn't ask to be here. So your oldest child shouldn't be asked to watch them in that circumstance. That's just how I feel. Do I feel like she should get 10 years? No. Because who won't take the kids? You know what I'm saying? But I feel like she should be held accountable in some type of way. I don't want nothing to happen, as far as her getting jail time. But you do have to learn from what you do as a parent and what you don't do. And what you choose that you might think is right, that's not right. Sorry, not sorry. It's not right to leave all them kids in the house by themselves like that. It's not right. It's no excuse. I don't care if you say you was going to get food. Why you ain't take the kids with you? I don't care what the excuse is. If it's no other guardian or parent or grandparent or anything, you can't go to work. And if any job, and that's what people don't realize, if any job doesn't care and wants you to pick between this or that, and this is your family, the kids that you had, the kids that you carried, and a fucking rinky-dink ass job, I'm choosing my kids every time. And think about it in a sense where, what if one of the kids is they had to go to school, or let's say all of them had to go to school, and one of them ended up sick. You made another one stay home to watch out for them, and that's your job. That's your job as a mother. So would you still go to work if your child was sick or anything? What happens if you make it to work on time, everything's good in that aspect, and that child walks out of that house and gets hit by a car? What happens then? Or he ends up missing. Why aren't people thinking about stuff like that? And you have to. I don't play no games when it comes to my child, and I would never not only put her in a position to look after the rest of the children, I wouldn't burden her. Life is going to be hard enough. And in a relationship between mother and daughter, this is where resentment comes into play. This is where parts of, a young girl's childhood and her teenage years get snatched away because of what you saying that you have to do. Again, what that got to do with that child? What does it have to do with that child? That you have to go to work and your job is on the line. You gotta make a plan that makes sense. And if it does not make sense, or it's just too much to do and it's so overwhelming, you can't go to work that day. If your job on the line like that and they fire you because your kids need you, I'm sure a lawsuit or something can come into play. And she might still have to do that. So again, is it really that important when folks is willing to put 10 years, put you behind bars for 10 years? Is it really worth it? No. No, it's not. Not to me. Shit. I wouldn't do it anyway. But seeing this, everybody see this. Okay? Don't do what she did. Don't do it. Even if your mother did it to you. Don't do that. I stand by that message. I look down upon or I frown upon shit like that. You know, I frown upon, like, when you want to have a certain relationship or you want to have a certain friendship with other parents, and then we get older, our kids get older, and y'all turn out to do stuff like that to y'all kids, we not gonna be friends no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't think that that's okay. And then want to cry to me, about potentially losing your kids and getting jail time when you really shouldn't have done that. Like, you really shouldn't have done that. You probably should have called somebody and seen what they thought about it or something. Like, don't do that. No, so I had to call her out and call society out. It's not right to impose. She had schoolwork to do. How is that fair? I don't think that's fair. If she wasn't stopped and this child is 14 years old and she needs to focus on her schoolwork and soon she'll be focused on getting scholarships and all that. If this didn't happen now, it would be loads and loads of resentment and anger built up, on the daughter's part towards the mother, and the mother really wouldn't understand. She really wouldn't understand how she's burdened her child. Like, that's not right at all. So I just had to call everybody out. It's not right. Okay, but I don't see. The girl had something to do. Even if she didn't have nothing to do and she was just in the house, the only way that you can physically keep toddlers and small kids and things like that, civilized, is put everybody in one room, including yourself, and play and go outside and things like that. She had schoolwork to do, okay? So that was the wrong time for you to even try that, okay? And she didn't care. It was this or my job. Pick a better job. It's your girl, B. Octavia. I will see y'all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And I will see y'all in my next one.